Any tips on how to write a one sentence pitch? My name is Gina. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. There was like a hot minute there where we thought you maybe didn't need to have a one sentence pitch and we could all be freed from the shackles of this thing. But as more and more people are using this on their query manager form as like a thing in addition to the query letter, you apparently have to develop this skill again. Before we get too far into this question came from the top tier on my Patreon, where I allow my patrons to suggest video topics. And if you want to have information on how to do that, you can find that at the link in my bio. One sentence pitch can also be useful if you ever meeting people in person and people are like, tell me what your book is about. And then you end up rambling or like droning on for 4 or 5 minutes. Even when people are like, say, a 30-second elevator pitch, holy smokes, do you know how long 30 seconds is? This video's only been going on for 44 seconds so far. So having a one sentence pitch is a good idea. I recommend that you start with character, not with world building. Even if you are a fantasy science fiction author, you are going to be tempted to jump in with world building because that probably is the thing that got you excited about writing in the first place. I would rather you start with character. This is the template that I'm going to recommend, that you use it. Character wants something in situation. That's the template. You're going to fill in those 3 pieces, and that should get you pretty close to a good pitch. A genteel 17-year-old wants to go hunting pirate treasure in the 1700s Caribbean. A debutante wants to escape her abusive engagement while aboard the Titanic. A scrawny kid from Brooklyn just wants to make a difference in World War II when he's presented with an opportunity to become a super soldier. A mother wants to be best friends with her teenage daughter rather than her actual mother in quirky small town Connecticut. A hopeless romantic searches for love in cynical New York City. Sometimes when you fall back on this very, very basic template, you might have something that doesn't feel like a story at all. A hopeless romantic searches for love in cynical New York City. Okay, well, you've told me that story a bunch of times before. Have we told it from the man's perspective? How I Met Your Mother is a rom-com about a man who starts panicking about where his love life is going when his best friend gets engaged. We have told that story from a woman's perspective many, many times over. Her sister's getting married, her best friend is getting married, her roommate is getting married. We have told that story over and over and over again, but we haven't told it as often from a man's perspective. And so that puts a fresh spin on something that otherwise might feel like we've heard it before.